Good morning, I'm Owen Potter.
And I'm Max Brigette. On today's show, we'll discuss the referendum and how that will affect the community.
In other news, we'll give an insight into what it's like to be an SRO at Carroll.
And how the Carroll Band has filled a missing space with a new foreign friend. Studio 415 starts right now.
And quite honestly, if the referendum is not successful, that will only get worse.
I would say as a default, if you have to question whether you should call the police, you should probably just come talk to us.
These are really the friendships I hope to maintain even after I leave America.
It's Wednesday, October 22nd. Welcome to Studio 415.
We start this morning by discussing the referendum. With more information on this, here is Studio 415 reporter Seth Jones.
The school board has proposed an operating referendum that would increase property taxes in order to fund this growth. The first item that the funding would be used for would be increasing teacher and staff salaries. NACS Superintendent Wayne Barker explains why that is so important for recruiting and retention of employees at NACS.
They want to be here. You know, we're told in exit interviews, we want to be at NACS, but we can make more money by going to a new district. And they're choosing to do that at a higher rate than we want that to happen. And quite honestly, if the referendum is not successful, that will only get worse.
Another major goal of the referendum is to fund the staffing and setting up of a new career technology education center within NACS. This new building would focus on the technical career pathways offered at Carroll, such as the engineering, construction, and agriculture classes. The referendum would also be necessary for the hiring of more resource officers at the increasing number of school buildings, as well as miscellaneous other assistants and staff. But many people are opposed to increasing already high property taxes on NACS families, including the Americans for Prosperity organization. Some NACS citizens, such as Kent Summers, acknowledge the need for more funding, but propose an alternative route to get it.
I believe that there are other funding sources that should have been addressed first. Like I said in the meeting there, we have 3 tax-exempt entities in this community with over $450 million of net assessed value. That's worth about $4 million annually in tax revenue not collected.
It's important to stay informed before voting on things like the referendum. But even if you personally aren't voting, you can always keep those around you informed. For Studio 415, I'm Seth Jones.
Thanks, Seth. The date to vote is November 4th for the referendum.
In other news, safety is an important part of the structure of schools.
Most students have met or at least encountered one of our SROs, but a majority don't know why they're here.
To shed some light on who these school resource officers are is reporter Charlie Rhodes.
Have you ever seen a police officer roaming the hallways or watching over the lunchroom? Have you ever wondered why they're there? Well, we did a deep dive into why they decided to work here and what they do to help Carroll students. And Officer Kyle Gator talks about how he contributes to the safety of Carroll.
I'm not here to hurt them. I'm not here to tie them up in anything. I'm here to make sure they're on the right track so they can come through here, enjoy their time as a student, have friends, have a good experience. And then if they want to get out of here as fast as possible, that's fine. I'll help them do that.
He also mentions the struggles he has working with difficult kids.
Unfortunately, with my job, a lot of the times I get to interact with students one-on-one is a negative. It's something negative that has happened that I have to be brought in.
He reaches out to students to give them a message about any problem they may have that he and the other staff members are ready to listen and to help.
I would say as a default, if you have to question whether you should call the police, you should probably just come talk to us. Because usually those are pretty serious situations that can get out of hand very quickly. So yeah, my door is always open. I'm here most of the time. I've been on paternity leave, so I am back now. So you can walk in my office and I'll be there. But yeah, if you have a question of should I go to the police or not, you probably should. If it's nothing, it's nothing.
Assistant Principal Brian Hill talks about how helpful it is to have the police officers working at Carroll.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I can't say enough how great these guys are. They're good at what they do. They've been here a while, and I would say that about all 4 officers. The ones at Maple Creek, Officer Beta and Officer Kirkland's pretty new to the program, but he's at Carroll Middle, and they come help. So please, they're very approachable.
He also talks about how the school is more secure with the officers on duty, and his favorite time he had a police officer step in to help him out with a student.
I was at a school once where there was a physical altercation where I feel pretty confident in like my size and like breaking up a fight, but I felt like it was too much in general for other staff that was there, and there was a resource officer there to help. And I remember thinking, because it involved multiple students, I remember thinking, I am glad he's here.
Ryan also reaches out to students to give them a message to say that if they have anything at all they are questioning, telling people that they should reach out for help.
Not out to get you. So yeah, and I always say better safe than sorry. If you're not sure if you should tell us something, like you never worry about that. We're not gonna say that's a dumb question, you know. Come tell us and we'll look into it.
Once again, all students who are concerned for their friends or are having a situation that they need help with, don't hesitate to ask. Even if it doesn't end up happening, it's better to tell someone and know that your friend's safe.
For Studio 415, I'm Charlie Rhodes.
Thank you, Charlie. Don't be afraid to say hi to any of the roaming officers when not busy.
Why would you spend $50 on the athletic pass when on November 1st, you only have to spend $25 on the pass?
At the beginning of the year, the entering cost per student was originally $50. Starting on November 1st, the cost per student to purchase a pass cuts in half, down to $25.
The Winter Athletic Pass covers sports such as basketball, boys volleyball, swim and dive, boys and girls wrestling, and many more.
If you don't buy a pass, you would have to spend $7 for every game you go to.
Next up, let's check in with reporter Gabby Siebert on a new foreign exchange student joining Carroll.
When a spot suddenly opened up in the marching band, it created a desperate scramble to find someone to fill the hole. Luckily, with help from her host family, Svenja Enbrot filled that spot and became the newest member of the Charger Pride. In her hometown of Cologne, Germany, Svenja played the trumpet. However, the only available hole was in the low reeds, so Svenja learned how to play the tenor sax. With the low reeds, made of bari and tenor saxes, being one of the smallest sections in the marching band, everyone in the section gets really close to one another and creates a great community. This community is one of Svenja's greatest impacts of being in the band.
We are together and just spend our time together doing random things, chilling, and it's great because it's like a friend group, and these are really the friendships I hope to maintain even after I leave America, so yeah.
Moving at all is a notoriously hard thing to do, but moving countries is a different hurdle altogether. Svenja has shown fierce spirit and grit within the year, which is something her peers and teachers alike have noticed. With all this during her junior year, I think we could all learn a thing or two from Svenja. With the band performing this Friday at Lucas Oil for Super Regional Prelims, wish us luck in hopes that we advance to finals. For Studio 415, I'm Gabby Siebert.
Thanks, Gabby. If you're interested, come down to the band extravaganza event next Wednesday to watch Svenja and the marching band perform.
Studying abroad is a chance to live and learn in a new culture, understand different customs, and develop cross-cultural communication skills.
Studio 415 reporter Yang Singh gives an insight to how students can study abroad early as during high school and shares a story of a Carroll Charger that took this opportunity.
Programs that allow high school students to study abroad have become more accessible in recent years. Such programs include IUH-PFL. IU Honors Program in Foreign Languages has sent Indiana high school students to countries where targeted languages are spoken, allowing immersive experiences in culture and language. One Carroll Charger, Niang Meng, spent her summer studying abroad in Saumur, France through IUH-PFL. She initially struggled with homesickness and missing familiar routines, but as she adapted, she became more confident in French. She bonded with her host family and grew more independent, realizing the value of study abroad for both language and personal growth. French teacher Taylor Buzzard explained that immersion programs like this bring classroom lessons to life and allow students to fully understand culture beyond textbooks. He emphasized that the impact is long-lasting, shaping how students approach global issues and communicate with others.
Anytime students have a chance to travel abroad, I think you always learn things better because you're in the environment where you're doing things with what you're learning, and it's not a classroom environment, and so it's much more immersive, and So I think staying with host families is really great. You get to pick up on all kinds of other expressions you might not otherwise hear.
Niang herself noted that she returned with a new appreciation for different perspectives and a greater sense of curiosity about the world, encouraging more students to embrace opportunities to learn in a new country.
It's something new that is obviously something scary, but I think it's something worth sacrificing for the amount of memories you will make and the unforgettable friendships that you form.
Looking toward the future, Carroll High School students have multiple study abroad opportunities beyond IUH PFL. Programs like Rotary Youth Exchange offer semesters or full years abroad in over 100 countries, focusing on language, leadership, and global friendships. Bowen's Sister Cities International also provides exchanges in Germany, Poland, and Japan, where students serve as youth ambassadors and learn their culture. Carroll High School also organizes trips to France, Italy, and Spain, giving students first-hand experience with new cultures and perspectives. Unfortunately, IUH PFL is currently on hiatus right now. You can scan the QR code to learn how to support its return. For more study abroad options, you can look at Rotary, Sister Cities, or speak with your language arts teacher. For Studio 415, I'm Niang Singh.
Thank you, Niang. If you would like to study abroad, there are plenty of different opportunities presented through plenty of programs.
The Coffee House is a fundraiser for the school choir that is happening this weekend on the 24th and 25th of October from 6 to 9 p.m.
The fundraiser will take place in the Alumni Gym. The entrance will be through door 1, and you need a ticket to enter.
There will also be a silent auction happening during the time of the Coffee House event. For more information and tickets, visit carrollshowchoir.org.
That's our show today. I'm Max Burgett. As always, if there's a story you'd like us to cover, please let us know.
And I'm Owen Potter. For all of us here at Studio 415, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful Wednesday.